Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. My name is Manu, and this is my KI Season 3 mini-series. Now, as a general overview, the way this is going to work is it's going to be 5 to 10 minute videos going over every single patch, every single nerf, every single buff that every single character and even the system itself has had. So the way it's also going to be segmented is we'll go through everything individually. So system will be first, and then it will go straight into characters, with characters having their own segmented episodes. So Jago will be one episode, Saber Wolf will be one episode, and systems itself will be one episode. Normally systems is so large though that I probably won't get over systems in this episode, so what I'll probably do is a systems part 2, going over a general overview of what the system changes are going to do in KI Season 3. This one will be just a run through of every single patch that is coming into Season 3, as well as the overview of what they do, as in the details of what they do, and just to help you guys understand what they do, because this video and these videos for this mini series is going to be exclusively to either people who are new, who want an opinion, or just want to understand how this game is going to work in Season 3. Maybe you're new, maybe you're old, who knows, if you played KI before even. But this is for you guys because on a lot of streams I've seen people ask questions and not get answered, and when I come onto the mic or I'm streaming KI or something like that, people ask me these things. So to me, it's an important thing for especially new players to come in and ask questions, since you guys are basically going to be the lifeblood of Killer Instinct come March 29th for the PC and Xbox One. So without further ado, and without wasting more of your time, let's get straight into Systems Part 1. So the systems itself had a giant overhaul that basically stumps what Season 1 to Season 2 had, as in the changes here. Some characters now have an attack that inflicts a new stagger reaction upon the opponent. Opponents are vulnerable to throws during staggers, just like after wall splats, and cannot escape early in any way. You can still tech throws here so long as you are not locked out, just like a wall splat. Some characters now have attacks that cause a new flip out reaction against airborne opponents. Instead of putting them into a juggle state, they flip and land on their feet, allowing you a surprise mix-up opportunity. If you do not hit your opponent with anything breakable during your combo at any point, your Ender will not cash out, and you will be breakable. Opener Ender now remove lockouts, so that Opener Ender is always breakable. Ground combo breakers cause flipouts and are between -1 and +2. Previously, they caused soft knockdown, or between +30 and +60. This also makes it impossible in all cases to combo off a ground combo breaker. Air combo breakers now cause a blowout. This makes it impossible in all cases to combo off an air combo breaker. You can no longer cancel into instinct from a combo breaker. Hits that blow out a combo are now breakable and counter breakable. Sweeps are now breakable and counter breakable. Forced quick rise will occur if your opponent uses a counter breaker, leaving them punishable as expected. Corrected an issue preventing you from ever being timing locked out while in the air. Most juggle moves add much less KV than before, opening new juggle paths to much of the cast. The KV penalty has been removed from ground bounce for increased juggle opportunities. Unified shadow counter startups time across the entire cast. They start up in 8 frames now, making everyone's better except Aganos, which got 1 frame worse. Increase the window during which a shadow counter can catch an incoming attack by 7 frames, and added 10 additional frames to recovery on whiff. Grounded heavy normal attacks now ignore armor. Increase the cancel window from linkers into auto doubles across all characters to match Jago and S2 standards, so that if you were too early for a manual, you would get an auto double instead of nothing. Normalize the frame advantage and buffer check on all characters after auto doubles. Light doubles leave you +2, medium doubles leave you +3, heavy doubles leave you +5. A 5 frame buffer window is on all characters rather than some, so that your next move is easier to time. Normalized pre-jump frames to 4 across the cast. LK and MP are now available as alternate inputs for shadow counter activation, counter breaker activation, and medium combo breakers. LK and HP is now available as an alternate input for instinct activation and heavy combo breakers. Throw breaking no longer causes 3 fully vulnerable frames on your opponent and instead causes 3 projectile invulnerable frames. Ender damage tuning pass performed. You can expect better consistency in the relative damage output from different Ender types. Generally, damage from worst to best goes Meter Ender, Splatter Ender, Launcher Ender, Exchange or Hard Knockdown Ender, Damage Ender. Unlisted character changes. Many bugs have been fixed that are unlisted, but these do not affect game balance. They only get rid of old unwanted behavior. If a bug fix affected the balance, for the most part, it is on the list. Whew, so that's a lot to go over. So in this one, like I said, we're going to go over all the detailed ones. I think what I'm going to do in this one at least is go over the main points and the ones that are going to cause a big stir in Killer Instinct. A lot of the smaller ones are pretty self-explanatory, like some of them being basically unbreakable situations, so on and so forth. So we're just going to do the main big parts of what changes Killer Instinct Season 3 from Season 2 and the previous iterations. So the first thing, of course, is the Stagger. Stagger is technically an ability that allows certain characters like Tusk or so on and so forth to get a combo off of the character, or a grab, which allows you to basically just add and tack on more damage. Flip outs are, if you've ever seen it, like Zangief's down heavy kick causes is it down heavy punch or down heavy kick, which is his body slam, actually causes a flip out technically. It flips the opponent out. It makes you both technically even on the floor and allows him to do a surprise mix up. That's basically it. Another thing is, if you do not hit your opponent with anything breakable during your combo at any point, your Ender will not cash out and will not be breakable. This is a big change because it makes it so that characters like Jago, who would heavy laser sword or so on and so forth, would heavy laser sword and then put out Endokukens, he can no longer do that. It basically allows his Endokukens and his projectiles to be breakable. Opener Enders is pretty explanatory. It's just bug fixed, really. Ground combo breakers that now cause flip out. That's a big change. I'll go on that later. But they now cause flip out, which is, like I said before, they're just the ability to, their ability to get surprise mix-ups on and so on and so forth. Air combo breakers now cause blowout, which makes it impossible in all cases to combo off an air combo breaker, and this is a big deal as well. And a blowout is technically what it is it shoots you across the room and puts you back into neutral. That's all it is. You can no longer cancel into instinct from a combo breaker, which is a big deal because it allowed certain characters to actually get free damage on others. Certain characters with recapture moves, which basically allows you, and a recapture, if you guys didn't know, is when a opponent is in juggle and you can capture them and put them back on the floor and continue a combo. Other than that, the KV meter has been removed from the ground bounce to increase juggle opportunities. Ground bounce is juggle, obviously. Another big one is the grounded heavy normal attacks now ignore armor. This is a big deal, and I'll go on that in part 2. Another thing is the last patch, which is the Ender damage tuning. So like it says before, generally damage from worst to best goes Meter Ender, which is your special, or EX quote-unquote Ender, which gains you meter. Splatter Ender, which is your wall splat. Launcher Ender, juggle Ender. Exchange or hard knockdown, and damage Ender, which are pretty self-explanatory, and the reason they're big is because you'll see them across the entire board of characters. So, other than that, guys, this is my Systems Part 1. Sorry I couldn't get into all the details. I will later on in Systems Part 2 and go over my overview of what this means for KI Season 3. If you liked or disliked, leave that in there. If you have anything positive or critical, please put that in the comments. And if you like and favorite and subscribe, that really helps me out, guys. Other than that, I have nothing to say. Hope to see you guys in the next video and in Season 3. Show's over, guys. My name's Manu. I'm out of here. Peace.